Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all great and fantastic. Everything here is good, and I'm really happy that lots of you seem to like the little preview I did of 11 yesterday. I honestly, after I recorded that, I cut out probably 5 minutes. Like, I just rambled about stuff. And in the beginning, I said I was going to do a short video, and then it ended up being this 15-minute long video, and I went way more in depth than I intended to, and I probably should have put that video on the gaming channel, but by the time I got it all done, I was just ready to publish it, so I hit publish here. I will do a video on the gaming channel, probably more of like an actual tutorial walkthrough of how to play the game, or at least if nothing else, I'll do like a solo play, maybe of a couple rounds. I don't know, but that'll come at some point. Right now, I'm in kind of like panic mode. Gencon's coming up next week. I leave on Tuesday. There's a lot going on in my life right now, and I don't know that I'm ready. I don't know that I'm ready for any of it. I mean, I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing, and I'm questioning everything constantly because it's like, I don't know if my games are ready. I don't know if I'm ready to start pitching. I don't know if I'm ready to be vulnerable again and say, you know, hey publishers, tell me why my games are terrible. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that many people all in one place again. I think I am. I'd like to say that I am. But I know that, you know, even in years past when I was excited and when I was going, you know, without the fear, I came home drained after talking to all those people. But I'm simultaneously excited about all of that, right? Like, there's a lot going on in my life right now between my game designs and this house and my relationship and my kids and soccer and gaming and Portal, and all that stuff is piling up, and it's honestly a little bit, tiny bit overwhelming, right? But in a good way, like in a it feels good to be back kind of way. You know, when I first got published, in 2012, I signed a contract for Scallywags, and it was produced and came out like 3 or 4 months later. I had been trying in this industry for over a decade at that point, since the late 90s, and I was failing a lot. And when that happened in 2012, I thought that was my breakthrough, right? Like, I was going to do something with this whole game design thing that I had been trying on for years and years and years. And I was in a really good place. And for the next couple of years, I rode this high. I rode this, like, people thought that I could be something, and people were coming to me for advice, and I rode that high for a long time until, you know, Mayfair took my game, my Viking game, and had it, and I was really excited about that. I met Ignacy, and I started working with Portal, and I got really excited about all of that. And then my world collapsed and kind of fell apart around me, and I lost a whole lot. And for a lot of years, I was stagnant with everything, not just game design, but just life. I was stagnant. This house fell to ruin. Like, it was disgusting. My life fell to ruin. Like, I was disgusting. I had no ambition. I had no drive. I had nothing. I would just sit and just try to escape. Not with anything. Like, I was never been a substance person, so I wasn't trying to escape that way. But I just escaped by maybe playing video games or just doing nothing. Doing this YouTube thing, right? And it feels good to have ambition and drive and desire again. But it's also scary, right? Because I know that with that ambition comes a whole lot of failure. Like, that's a big part of it. A big part of success is failure. And I was failure washed off of me back then. I was so overwhelmed with the idea that I could be somebody that I didn't care about the failures. They just, like, you know, they hit me and they went on their way, and I just ignored them and kept pressing forward because that's what it took, right? I think I'm a little bit more vulnerable than that now. I think that failure at this point means something different to me. It means that maybe I try something else, and not necessarily a different game. I just mean, like, maybe if enough failure piles up, I just go, you know what, maybe I'm not cut out for this, and I just move on. You know, that's kind of what happened with my book last year. I wrote a book. It's done. I mean, well, it's there, but it's horrifically bad. It's so bad that I'm not going to save it. I'm going to rewrite it. That's going to be this month's NaNoWriMo, or next month's, no, 2 months from now, NaNoWriMo is rewriting that book. I'm going to redo it. And I'll, hopefully at the end of that, I'll have something readable. If I don't, then maybe I just stop trying that. Maybe I just stop going for that. Maybe I go back to writing short stories like I used to. Or maybe I just stop writing and I focus on game design. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I don't know where failure takes me these days. I know where failure used to take me. It used to take me to... I used to kind of get excited about failure because failure meant that I got to keep working on whatever it was I was working on. If my game sucked, that meant cool, I can try and figure it out. Whereas now, if it sucks, I just kind of move on. And that's just my life. Like, maybe I just don't have time for it anymore. I don't have time to try to figure it out. And if I find out that I'm not good enough at it, I just kind of let it go and say, all right, I tried, that was fun, and move on. I hope that's not the case. I truthfully hope that's not the case. Hopefully I can find some level of success with the games I'm currently working on because I'm really proud of them. I think they're really good. But as that aside, that is a whole separate side of Gen Con. The rest is this huge trip, like piling my car full of stuff. I have so much stuff for the Portal booth. It's in my dining room right now. It's down here right now. I have to get all that in my car, and I have to drive 6 hours west to Indianapolis, and I have to unload all of that and get a booth set up. And we have a great team of people. We're going to have way more people than we need this year, which is a good problem to have. And we've got some awesome products to show off. I'm taking a updated copy of 11 with me to show off. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a good show, but it's still this overwhelming thing on the horizon. Whereas it used to be, I was excited to leave because I needed an escape. Like, I went to Gen Con to escape my reality, which I was suffering in my reality. I'm not suffering in my reality anymore. My reality is pretty freaking sweet. Like, I have a amazing partner. My kids love me, and they're amazing. I have a really good life right now, and I don't have a reason to leave. I just want to go away for a week. I don't have that anymore. So it makes it a little bit bittersweet. Like, I'm really looking forward to hanging out with people and playing board games and seeing some of my most favorite friends in the industry. But at the same time, I'm like, I have to leave my comfort. Like, this has been an amazing, year and a half for me. So it's a little bit overwhelming, but in a good way, and I'm still excited about it, I'm actually going to try to record videos for all 4 of my prototypes and put together some form of electronic sell sheet. I said it before, I don't really like the flyers, but I'm going to put together an electronic version of that with a video that I can send to publishers, and hopefully I can get that done before the weekend. And if that happens, I might go back and revisit 11, or I might do some reviews of other games on the gaming channel. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But I have the kids this weekend. I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can with them since I'll be gone all next week. And we'll see what happens. So, thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is hoary, and is an adjective meaning impressively old and ancient. Feminism has tried to dismiss the femme fatale as a misogynist libel, a hoary cliche, but the femme fatale expresses women's ancient and eternal control of the sexual realm. Camille Paglia, American author, feminist, and social critic. Hoary, H-O-A-R-Y. I had no idea that meant impressively old. I thought that it was more like, why? I don't know what I thought, honestly. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.